The controversial singer, dancer, and songwriter Michael Jackson was a significant celebrity, constantly in the public eye during his lifetime, and he hasn't had much luck escaping it now either. Michael Jackson is a household name, whether you remember him for his dance moves or the Jackson 5. He truly was a defining figure of the 80s. But the iconic king of pop left us with some puzzles to work through. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 Michael Jackson mysteries. The letters. The high-profile celebrity was preparing for his comeback tour in 2009 when he tragically passed away. Michael Jackson went into cardiac arrest due to an excessive combination of medicines, with his autopsy revealing significant quantities of propofol, anxiolytic lorazepam, and anesthetic in his system, medicines that were administered to him by Dr. Conrad Murray. Michael Jackson, according to close friend Michael Jacobshagen, had been using this medication to treat insomnia for more than a decade. This combination was ultimately lethal and should not have been prescribed to treat insomnia. Therefore, Dr. Conrad Murray was convicted and blamed for the passing of Michael Jackson due to medical negligence and sentenced to 4 years behind bars, beginning in November 2011. Despite this tragic and unfair end to his life, some speculation has arisen suggesting that the pop star's passing was no mistake. 13 handwritten notes were discovered, in which Jackson insisted and predicted he would pass away due to an immoderate medication intake. This belief that his life was taken away is held by his sister LaToya, his daughter Paris Jackson, and the friend who received the notes, Michael Jacobshagen. The notes allegedly claimed to include phrases from Jackson that stated, "They are trying to take my life. They are trying to end it," with 13 notes detailing the same ominous message, followed by him passing away shortly afterwards. It should be no surprise that the rumours began to grow. Michael Jackson's notes referred to "they" a plurality of times, with no further explanation as to who they were. Despite a lack of definitive evidence, some have suggested the concert promoters AEG may be this mysterious "they" due to more of Jackson's notes mentioning being under intense pressure. Despite having possession of these letters since 2009, Jacobshagen only shared them in 2017, in an effort to support Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter, who spoke out about her belief that her father's life was taken. As Paris elaborated, she specified that she thinks it is obvious his life was taken, with all of the family being aware of this fact. During his lifetime, the king of pop would supposedly drop hints and subtle clues about people being a threat, out to get him or harm him. However, when Paris was asked to comment on who may have wanted to end the life of her father, she simply responded that a lot of people would, and declined to give specific names. Was Michael Jackson an overly paranoid man, riddled with fear regarding passing away, or were his concerns and predictions correct? If his life was intentionally taken by an unnamed individual or company, is Dr. Conrad Murray wrongfully behind bars? With the mystery surrounding him passing away only growing with time, it is growing increasingly likely that we will never untangle the web and figure out just how Michael Jackson passed away. Was it intentional, or was this an accident? Michael Jackson's ghost can allegedly be seen at Neverland Ranch. Neverland Ranch, situated in Santa Barbara County, California, was Michael Jackson's home for 15 years, after his purchase of the house in 1988. Since his passing away in 2009 until early 2020, Neverland Ranch was available for sale at $100 million. Whilst for some the high price may be seen as the obvious deterrent, some think it is the recounting of ghost sightings that may be discouraging potential buyers. People who previously worked on the ranch say that they can see his ghost and that the Neverland Ranch has been haunted by the spirit of Michael Jackson since he passed away. One worker in particular, Marie-Andre, spoke about how many of the staff members had seen Jackson walking through the grounds. She stated that Michael is there, his presence, his moves, and his breath. She continued to describe the encounters various workers have experienced, from workers being nervous or afraid at a sighting to workers talking about him living there in a continuous tense, that he still does and always will be found at Neverland Ranch. Neverland Ranch was originally called Zaca Ladera's Ranch, and then later updated to Sycamore Valley. Then was renamed by Michael Jackson himself, naming the estate after Peter Pan. Currently, the ranch is not open to the public, though many have suggested the idea of tours being available. The average fan can travel as far as Neverland Ranch gates, where letters and messages from fans and critics alike can be found. Despite the ranch being closed to the public, in 2014, anonymous photographers illegally entered the property and began to take photos. Upon interview, these photographers declared the only peculiar and creepy sightings to be the decor within the home, and that they didn't feel fear of any kind regarding the supernatural whilst at Neverland Ranch. It was an online magazine that released and published these stealthy images. With a market price of $100 million, can we truly be surprised the famous Neverland Ranch didn't sell? The 2,700-acre estate remains empty, abandoned, and rapidly deteriorating in its condition, with only Michael Jackson's ghost to keep it occupied. Perhaps it's the potential ghost that drove away possible investors. Some people believe that he is still alive. Whilst some fans claim to have seen his ghost wandering and haunting, and some truly believe his life was taken, others insist he never passed away at all. Some fans think Michael Jackson faked his passing, presumably to get out of the spotlight, and is now living a low-profile life out of the critical public eye. Is he living the most peaceful life possible, or is he waiting for a comeback, where he will return to fame once again? Even those who believe he is still living remain divided on these possibilities. Despite an autopsy and the imprisonment of Dr. Conrad Murray, this apparently isn't quite enough evidence that the King of Pop is no longer with us. One of the primary pieces of alleged evidence for his loss of life being faked, and the one that ultimately sparked this bizarre theory, is the misspelling of his name on his certificate proving life extinct. Whilst Michael Jackson's passport read Michael Joe Jackson, Joe being named after his father, his certificate reads Michael Joseph Jackson. To many of us, this simply seems absurd, and that Joe is simply a shortened name of Joseph. But LaToya, Jackson's sister, confirmed that his middle name indeed was Joe. Another odd occurrence, adding fuel to the argument that Jackson is still living, is the supposed clue in Janet Jackson's 2015 song, The Great Forever. When the song was run through a video editor and slowed down, fans suspected they could hear the voice of Michael Jackson say, "Not too pleased with what you're digging, I'm just busy living my life." Some believe that this indicates that the star is still living and is releasing music through his sister, Janet Jackson. Skeptics, however, say that the similar sounds can be drawn between the entirety of Janet's Unbreakable album, which can be credited to the album being a form of a tribute towards Michael. Others, however, insist that the voice of Michael Jackson truly is hidden within this song. Further possible evidence contributing to this strange theory is the lack of name visible on his crypt, found in Forest Lawn Cemetery in Los Angeles. In 2018, a video was shared by LaToya on his birthday of his tomb. Many fans immediately noticed and questioned why there was no name visible, with many concluding it must mean he is not inside. The clip was posted to YouTube, which gained thousands of views in 2018. Yet another reason many suspect Michael Jackson is still alive and simply living a life outside of the spotlight is The Simpsons. The Simpsons has become renowned for predicting things that have later happened, notable examples being Donald Trump's presidency and the Ebola breakout. Michael Jackson faking his loss of life is apparently no exception. The Simpsons Season 3, Episode 1, entitled Stark Raving Dad, centers the idea of Michael Jackson passing away being faked. Within the episode, newspapers can be seen displaying the headline Michael Jackson Hoax, and the plot surrounds someone pretending to be Michael Jackson. Another piece of the puzzle is the 2016 Instagram selfie Paris Jackson posted, featuring a shadowy figure sat behind her in the car. Whilst some believe this figure can be made out to be Michael Jackson, others deny that and insist the head people claim to be able to see is simply the headrest in the car. With so many people, with so many reasons, believing that Michael Jackson is still living, many skeptics have begun to question why so many things are not adding up. Perhaps he has left stardom for a simpler life, or maybe he did pass away in 2009. Michael Jackson, while he undeniably was a controversial figure, has been caught up in the public eye and media both during and after his lifetime. With so many opposing theories, it can be hard to decipher what is truly happening. But what do you make of these Michael Jackson mysteries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.